That's the first half of a prelude by Chopin. A very beautiful piece and not really very difficult, so that students of all levels can play it. However, there's an issue that needs to be addressed, and that is the fact that this piece contains 18 different chords in the left hand. That's about 14 more than we'd like to see. Now, it has to be addressed, and you can use some tips that I will offer to you to help you with a string of chords like this. First, I'd like to show you what I call countdown chords. You simply take each chord and play it 4 times like this, very gently, very comfortably, without any tension in your hand. And so on. This gives you plenty of time to think about the chord that's coming next. But now I'm going to play it only 3 times per chord. So I have to think a little bit sooner about my change. Next comes twice. And finally, 1 time only. And so on. Now this will turn out to be faster than you ordinarily need to think about the change in the actual piece. So now you've actually attained more expertise on this than you even need to play it. That's always nice. Here's another way to deal with chords. Let's start at the end this time and simply play the last chord. Make sure that it's comfortable under your hand. And then, when you're happy with it, change to the next one. Be sure to watch what the fingering is when you do this. Now I have 2 chords I can play back and forth. Let's add a 3rd one. I notice the 3rd one from the end is the same as the last one. So now my pattern is just back and forth between these. Then I also have a similar chord for the 4th one. So that's easy. So the first change is going to be 6 chords from the end. This chord is different from every other one in the piece because it's built on these open fourths. So I want to make sure that that feels comfortable under my hand, and then I go from there to the end. And so forth. You can go all the way back to the beginning of 18. And again, you build facility with these chords by knowing them backwards and forwards. Now, another thing that's really important when you have different chords is common tones. A common tone is a note that shares itself with 2 chords or more in a row. So when you find a string of unfamiliar chords, particularly unfamiliar chords, look for common tones. So if I would start at the beginning with my first chord, I notice that the E is shared with the next chord. After that, I'm going to lose my E, but I get to keep F sharp and A. So now I go from the 2nd chord to the 3rd, and I'm feeling good because all I have to do is move my thumb. After that, I get to keep the E flat and the A. Those are my common tones. And I move my little finger this time down a half step to F natural. I'll play 1 more chord. From here, I move my thumb down 1 half step because I get to keep the F and the A. So this gives me a kind of a home base for every pair of chords and helps it to be much easier to proceed from one to another to another. Finally, watch out about fingering when you set up your chords. You can help yourself a lot by using the fingering to help you play the right notes. So look at the last 2 measures of this example. We have 2-4 as the bottom fingers. I write in 5 for the next one. Then I write in a 3 for the next one. again, I'm keeping some fingers and changing others. Then I write in a 4 and a 5 and a 4 and a 5. Putting these strategic little marks in your music can actually be a big help towards finding the right chord in the end. These are chord tips which can really help you with difficult chords or long strings of unusual chords that you find in your piece. I'm Nancy O'Neill Breth, and these are effective practice tips. Try them.